Desert Vista has to come off their huge comeback victory, which was right here at Mullet Arena, and shift their focus to Nationals, which is at Plymouth, Minnesota, from March 23rd to 27th. Desert Vista's there to prove that they are the best high school team in the nation. According to the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, playing two sports rather than just one reduces the risk of overuse injuries, along with improving speed and agility. Plus, the exposure to different coaches, players, and play keeps kids from getting bored with the same routine. Desert Vista Hockey, a team that wasn't known by some back in January, but is now getting all the hype. The hockey team is part of the Arizona High School Hockey Association, which is not regulated by the Arizona Interscholastic Association. However, the community built within hockey in Arizona has grown immensely over the years, and the atmosphere at these games are similar to your usual high school football games on Friday nights. Just ask junior forward Ryan Jim.
I think it shows how much it's grown. You know, at the beginning of the year, we didn't really have anybody at the games, and then throughout playoffs, more and more people started coming as we were winning, and it was great to have that support.
There is a thought that says you need to go outside Arizona to be recognized and make it to the next level in hockey, which has created the popularity of travel teams. A good amount of Desert Vista players are on said teams, which go to places like Boston and Chicago on a weekly basis. However, DV got those players back full-time in October and haven't looked back since. Senior captain Danny O'Reilly saw the switch flip in person.
I think just our whole team dynamic changed. We all became closer and grew together, and there's not much a close group of friends can do.
Facing a weekend of 3 straight losses to top teams such as Chaparral, Notre Dame Prep, and Pinnacle in October, the team said that was the turning point of the year. Ever since that 0-3 weekend, DV did not lose one game, going on a winning streak that carried them to the state championship on February 4th at the brand new Mullet Arena. Desert Vista took on the #1 seed Notre Dame Prep in the championship and found themselves down 4-1 after the second period. The Thunder scored 3 goals in the final 8 minutes of the third to tie it, thanks to Ryan Kim, Danny O'Reilly, and Ryan Jim.
Back to Jim. He shoots. He scores! Ryan Jim!
As overtime came around, senior forward Marcello Lane scored the game winner to clinch the state championship for Desert Vista.
Here comes Ensley. His shot blocked. Another shot. They score! Lane for the championship, and Desert Vista completes the comeback. Incredible! Incredible!
Just how exciting was it on the ice? O'Reilly tells us what he saw.
And to be honest, I didn't even really realize it went in at first, and then Marcello started jumping, and I was like, holy crap, we just did that. And then the rest is kind of a blur after that.
After this state championship for Desert Vista, their first since 2004, O'Reilly has noticed that everyone knows about Desert Vista hockey.
I mean, it has been absolutely huge, just walking around school, getting congratulations from everybody, people I've never talked to before, never met in my life. I'll be walking through Safeway and someone will come up to me and say, hey, congratulations. I mean, it's crazy.
After winning this state championship, what's next in store for this Desert Vista team? Desert Vista has to come off their huge comeback victory, which was right here at Mullet Arena, and shift their focus to Nationals, which is at Plymouth, Minnesota, from March 23rd to 27th. Desert Vista's there to prove that they are the best high school team in the nation. Head coach Mark Moynihan is already looking to what's next when it comes to the national tournament.
Yeah, we're really excited. We're looking forward to seeing who gets seeded into the Nationals so we can start reviewing tape and seeing who we're playing against, and then start getting our practices geared towards any specific teams.
Reporting from Phoenix, Dylan Pescatore, Cronkite News. There are very few names that come out of Arizona that play at high levels of hockey. Austin Matthews is the name that comes to mind first, but overall the list is short. Players in Arizona needed a way to play past high school, and now they have it. Team Arizona is compiled of the best junior and senior high school players in Arizona, with some hoping to play at the next level. This team will travel to St. Louis on April 20th to 24th to play in a showcase against teams from other states. There will be scouts there to watch and offer spots on their teams to players they like. With Arizona not having the resume of a Michigan or a Minnesota, a showcase like this is essential for players who might not get looked at as much throughout the year. However, Arizona is gaining some traction within the hockey world, and just ask head coach Kenny McGinley.
In the past, it'd be like, oh, Arizona, we don't need to look at those guys. And now, like, scouts are excited. They're like, what's your team look like this year? They're waiting to see us this year, which is a huge compliment, but also good for our players.
Team AZ has gotten stronger throughout the years, with skill levels rising and the players getting better. There is now a track record of Arizona-based players making it to the next level of hockey. Just ask Ben Wilcoxon, who played on Team AZ just last year.
I definitely got more contracts. I know a lot of guys from last year got more contracts from that weekend. I think there's always a place to play. It's just the right people seeing you, and I think that in St. Louis that really helps.
Ben now plays on the Minnesota Mullets in the USPHL, a junior league that is focused on development. Now, speaking of mullets, here I am at Mullet Arena. Whatever sport it might be, there's always a next level. Players in Arizona just need a little bit of help to get their names out there. Team AZ embarks on St. Louis on April 19th, not only looking to prove themselves against teams from other states, but proving that there is a path for players in Arizona to continue playing hockey after high school. Team AZ will compete in 3 games guaranteed, facing off with teams from California, Florida, and Illinois. If the victories follow, they will continue on to the quarterfinals. Last year's team made it to the semis with 10 players going on to play hockey at the next level. With upwards of 18 players on each team, there is an opportunity for everyone. Wilcoxon says last year in St. Louis, there was not one player who didn't get spoken to by a scout.
After every game, there's 4 or 5 scouts outside of each locker room talking to you, so there's tons of exposure. And really, every player on the team gets a look, no matter if it's 1 or 5 looks, everybody gets looked at, which is really good for everybody in the whole showcase.
For players on Team Arizona this year, it is hard to find a place to play when you don't have scouts watching you on a regular basis. That's what this showcase is for, and defenseman Kelton Chadwick is excited to take advantage of the opportunity.
Lets them get seen a bit more. We don't always get that opportunity because we're so far away from places like Minnesota, Illinois, but when we're out here, there should be a few guys watching us actually and giving us a fair chance.
And that's all these players want, a fair chance. From Tempe, I'm Dylan Pescatore, Cronkite News. Back to you guys at the studio.
Thanks, Dylan. We are cheering on Team Arizona as they head to St. Louis next week.
Throughout the history of boxing, the sport has constantly evolved. With combat sports on the rise in the recent years, the state of boxing has experienced many impacts within the industry. That was Stos Zafiropoulos with the inside scoop on the current state of boxing. Thanks, Stos, and we will see you all next time.